I'm going to teach today. Don't tell me how to speak. You will go to hell. Don't try to conform me and tell me what you don't like. I don't give a damn. I say it that way. Don't tell me not to afflict you. I will cut off your heads. Open your bowels that the damn buzzards may consume your stench. And I don't back down. There are those that do not even support us, but they want to tell me. I get a letter from one that supports. Don't hear from him unless he's sending an offering. But this is what he said to me. He says, Shalom Raah. He uses the words, never change your delivery. I will not, my friend. I promise you that by the integrity of Yahweh, I will not change it for her, for this little one, neither you. Never change your delivery. So much strength and zeal in your presentation of Torah. I don't want to have a zest just to have a zeal. I want to have a zeal according to da'at, deum, knowledge, tabun, intellect. I'm a spiritual man, but I seek out the intelligence and the intellectual of Torah as well. So I can speak from a perch and a platform that we can integrate all, that we will understand the fullness of the knowledge of Yahweh HaMashiach. And then the ox said, and your great stories are a testament to the full life you lead. I work hard and I eat well. I will not complain about bread. I don't have no taste that is beyond what I eat. I don't have to have steaks. I don't get this yearning for a Pacific. Just give me food. I'll eat it. And I'm satisfied. I don't need lamb chops. I don't need baked bass. If it's there, todah. If it's not, what's there? Bread, rice, and beans. Give me that. He says to me, stay, encourage. I encourage myself all the time, and I shall. He says, stay encouraged as the arrows of Yah's word pierce Kol Yisrael. And he says to me, those that are humble, they will hear, and they will be glad that the arrow of Yah has found its mark to pierce the depths of our nefesh, our being, to destroy and to kill that which is offensive unto him. And he concludes, Yah Barak. May his riches, his Oshir, his Esha, his Asha, may it rest upon you. And my friend, we say to you, Yah Barak, bless you. May his strength cause your hearts, above all things, to fall in love with him. And there is no way we can fall in love with Yahweh by one way. Yahshua said to the Talmudians, if you love me, I want you to shema, to guard, to protect, to hedge it about with thorns, even as the thorns, the kita of crowns, they put on his head, that it pierced down to the depths of his skull. That whatever links, whatever opposition oppose you, you guard that. If you love me, keep the mitzvah of Almighty Yahweh. If you love me. And if we don't love him, we will not guard our hearts against any kind of insurgents, not against hell that insurge against us, but our own carnal, fleshly, damnable, corrupt minds. We have no conscience of him. The only way we prove that is through the actions of what the Torah has implemented in our minds by hearing. And we have what the Torah calls ma'aseth, 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 ma'aseth. They're deeds of works and actions. And we comply to what the Torah commands us. You can talk all you want to. It doesn't mean a damn thing. You can say you love, it doesn't mean a damn thing. And there's a kita, crown of excellence. He has set upon his people. I want to teach. I'm going to take my time. You don't have to sit with me, but I shall finish the course. I'm a student of the intellectual capacity of Torah, and that I integrate or cause it to be refined by the spiritual applications. And so when I see the natural connotations of things, I will search day and night, weeks, months, and years to understand the processes of that matter. And as my heart, as the Torah speaks to me all the time, because I read things and I study things and I retain them, and my heart was somewhat, by the amplification of one word, just resonated, because there was one chatuv, one scripture written in Torah that spoke so powerfully concerning beauty. Beautiful. What is? We have this superficial identity of what beauty is. It's false. Even from the annals of man's intellectual linguistics, its languages, we as a nation could not even define it if I ask us to define it. The words that we think we understand the meaning, but we don't. So I will take into account my intellectual prowess. No, I'm not a bright man. I don't want to be a smart man. I'm an ignorant man. That's why I'm always in the process of learning. And I'm not ashamed to say that. You can esteem yourself highly and exalt you and think that you're better than what Yah's word says. You are a flat out jackass of a fool. I want to define beauty from the annals of the archives of man's etymology, origin of a word, and how it has processed to our time. I want to do it carefully. I want to define it and show you what this word beauty means. I don't want to interject in the definitive. And the definitive is that it is settled. There's nothing that can be added, distracted, detracted, or taken from it. So I began this process defining the word beautiful. In our vernacular, our language, our speech, it is an adjective. And I say to us all the time that an adjective gives a pronouncement, it amplifies a noun. In essence, that is a very pretty car. Another example, she is a very beautiful woman. The word woman is a noun. The word is a verb. And the adjective is a very beautiful woman. She's very beautiful, the verb. Now I want us to understand that because it's important to understand language. The language of our forefathers, how they spoke, that's why we are an ignorant people. We want to make it mean what we think it means. But this is the way I think. Your thinking is wrong. Your logics are not right. They're corrupt. Look at you. Look at me. Look how corrupt I am. Look how corrupt you are. Look how sickly you are. Look how feeble I am. Look how angry you are. Look how mean you are. This is what beauty is. It is perfect as an illustration, outstanding as a type or model. It's perfect. It is the model that all pursue. It is marked by particularly perfect, unerring arts that is so perfect you can't find the slightest of flaws in it. It is skillfulness. It is a finesse. In essence, it is a style like nothing else. It is technique. It is so polished to perfection. That's beauty. It is nearly perfect. It is extremely attractive. Listen. Unquote. We are destroyed because we lack the arts. We got time for every kind of damnable, wicked folly. You don't give a damn about him. Now this is beautiful. This is how it's defined. Quotes, quotes, quote. It is extremely attractive through such qualities as honesty. We have this identity of what we think beauty is. Beauty is extremely honest. That's the character of beauty. When one is honest with themselves. I did not define this. I am not the originator of this word. You can say it doesn't mean that you are a damnable fool. It is extremely honest. These are the qualities of beauty. Not because you got on a tight frock. Not because your titties flop like the cows in the field. Not because the dogs like the Kardashians, naked beasts and dirty sluts. You're impressed with that, but the qualities of beauty. Extremely, not when something is extreme, it's beyond the comprehension of us. Extremely attractive. This is what makes beauty attractive. Through such qualities as honesty. Am I honest? Now you ask yourself that question. The Torah says that Dawid, he was ready. He was tifrah. He was beautiful. He was handsome. He was so charming. I want to show you the attractiveness of beauty, the qualities of beauty. We are some damn ugly people. I look at me, you can find your beauty, but I look at me, I don't see the charm. These are the characteristics of beauty. Extremely honest, and in that honesty there is an extreme devotion. You're devoted. You care. See, if I ask us, do we know the meaning, we will all come up with a different proposition. If you ask me, I will go and search out the origin. There is one thing I do with words. I'm always looking for the origin, the beginning, the concept. I will spend hours and days and weeks prowling every kind of thing I can, every kind of dictionary. And then all of a sudden it will boom. This is beauty. To be, that's to perfection. Is Almighty Yah honest?
Yes. Hallelujah.
Is He devoted to us? And then beauty, one of the most powerful characteristics of qualities is a hava. You don't love you, so you don't give a damn about loving me. You don't love Yah, so you cannot love you. You're vicious and you're mean, you're nasty. It is of great extreme love. I will define it as it is written. And above all, it is me, myself, I. It's self-sacrifice. You give all. You're willing to give all. You're willing to forego you, and we all think we're beautiful. You put on a dollar suit and you think you're fine. You put on something silly and you think you are dressed to the tilts. Characterize or combination of characteristics that affords to those that look at you a great sensory of pleasure. I love talking with that akh. The akhot is so precious. My wife is so sweet and kind. My ish is a mighty strong man. He's a loving man. He's precious to me. My Isho has this great inferno of honesty and love for me. I'm dealing with his damnable wicked house. It's time out that y'all convict us today. And we are convinced today that there is no shub. There is no teshuva. When a man changed without even knowing Yah, he was a drunkard. And all of a sudden he began to walk the streets. Everybody knows he's not a drunkard anymore. The way he walked, he doesn't walk that way. He doesn't stumble in the street. His countenance began to look healthy. His physical presentation begins to change. His symmetry begins to change. Everything about him. When the woman was on the street lying down on every corner, stockings run, she had this putrid odor of such stench because she didn't bathe. And all of a sudden her life began to evolve. An evolution in her life. You saw the change on her. She was a nasty, filthy thing yesterday. And she didn't change overnight. But you saw the progression of the change. And all of a sudden she didn't even look the same. We look the same. She stopped drinking. We're not stop eating our filthy sins and our wickedness and our lust. We don't stop it. She didn't look the same. Her face didn't look the same. And she may have lost every teeth, sure as he. But all of a sudden, when you saw her mouth, look different. We're eating the same puke we ate yesterday. We'll eat the same puke today. Light always changes. One has light in them, it always changes. You got the light, there's little lights. Y'all can change that, little ones. This great light of mine, you're sure I'm going to let it shine. Oh, the great light of Yeshua, I'm going to let it shine. Oh, this great light of Yeshua, I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine day and night. Let it shine. Hallelujah. Come on in the house where the light is great. Oh, the light of Torah shine from my left. Come on in the house of Yah. Come on. You don't have to sing it like they sing it. It's a lively truth now. It's alive in us. Oh, I haven't begun. I'm going to teach, all right? It affords such sensory traits, or censor, the mind censor that. And when a mind sees something that is beautiful, one looks. One is attracted to it. One is drawn. That's a fact. You go in the store, you see a beautiful dress, you're attracted to it. You can't get away from that material. It has the combination and the character of traits of great sensory pleasure. A trait or combination of traits calling forth admiration. You admire it. Beauty, you must admire it. You praise beauty. And above all that, you respect beauty. You respect beauty. You respect it. You honor it. You see a handsome man, woman, you're afraid. Man, you see a beautiful woman, you get nervous if she says something to you. It's a fact. It's a fact. It is something that is respected. And if you think you look better than a woman, you don't mind. You don't care if she, regardless, you think you look better than the man. Even when a beautiful woman thinks that she's beautiful externally, she sees a woman that her traits and her character is more refined than hers, she's afraid of her. When a man sees a man that he knows he's a man, he's even afraid of that man. He doesn't know how to speak. That's what beauty garners, respect. So the world has taught you, because the world knows your mind is silly as hell and we are dumb. We are dumb. Y'all calls us sottish. So it feeds you lies and things that are superficial. You think you're finer than what? We're going to get old. We're going to fade away. It is the truth. Beauty is the absolute perfection. Perfection of the ideal, or either the idea as suggested by or reflected in a relative sensual perfection of art. In essence, they're saying that when you see a piece of art now, I don't have the skills to examine a piece of art, what one would call beautiful, a Rembrandt. I don't have the ability to dissect Beethoven and to understand each sound of the syllable of the note that as it rises. And people that have perfected their ears through scholarship to understand that, then they can hear every sound, every fragment of the sound, every sound, and they become enraptured in that. That's what the beauty of the word of Yah is. That we become enraptured in that we develop our sensories to what the word of Yah says. And when one has the ability to identify the things, whether it's fine wine or fine clothing or fine arts in any form, They see every iota, every piece, everything that connects the results to it. And they don't see one thing at the end. They see the whole process. And they have the ability to express that. So when a man has a beautiful wife, he can tell her her beauty. When a woman has a beautiful man, I'm going to tear down your nasty whorehouses. Now this is man's identity, what beauty is. Now we'll show us what Torah says beauty is. And that what activate our sensories and our eyes and our smell and our taste and our feel to understand what is exceptionally beautiful. I'm going to proceed. I want to begin here in the writings of Shemos, in the book of Exodus. I want to read this because I want to show us in this teaching how beauty, what is beautiful, how it harmonizes with the beauty of Yah. Exodus chapter 15, verse 11. The question is pronounced, who is like unto you? Who is like the Creator? Can I compare my logics, my processing information with the ability of Yah? Who is like him? So who am I to challenge what he says? What is my authority of strength that I can challenge what the Most High says? Who is like him? What is comparative unto Yah? He asked, among all of the created beings, among every kind of wicked gods, and they all are wicked, damnable, vile gods. Who is like him? What is comparable unto Yah? Am I? Are you? And the question proceeds. Who is like your Adam? Your majesty, your majestic beauty. Who has the kind of beauty that Yah has? Who has the tifrah? The tifrah is more than some physical attributes of beauty. The word tifrah is in its complete confirmation or conformity to Torah. It simply means this: having the same attributes as Almighty Yahweh. As I read us the attributes of honesty in man's definitive, it is completely honest. It is full of love and devotion. Are we devoted to him? Do we truly love each other? We examine our hearts to see how beautiful we are. So who has this great beauty like you, Yah? He is so pure that he is set apart from everything. In pure set apartness, fearful in praises, and he does wonders. Look what he's done for me. Look what he done for us this morning. He calls us to rise out of the sleepness of the darkness of death and brought us forth today. He does wondrous. He is wondrous to us. There's no beauty like the beauty of Yah, but yet there is a beauty that harmonizes with the beauty of Yah. There's nothing like harmony. And the only way that we have some sense of what harmony is when our Yusipi, please. I cannot distinguish from one note to the other, or the variance of one note as it plays and the sound. One must have a sharp ear and a keen ear, eyes to depict and pick up those things. There is nothing like harmony. There is nothing like harmony. It is the beauty of Yah. It is a devotion of Yah. It is His love. There is nothing like harmony. And a pianist that is skilled, and those that have the acute to hear, the ability to detect every sound, they sit in the amazement. They are aroused. There's a sensory factor that comes up, and they stand with the ovation unto Him. That's why He is fearfully praised. As we search the depths of our hearts to realize that I come before Him to offer something that is so vile, so wicked, so full of stench. And He even allowed me to enter into His presence. Who has the majesty, the beauty, the Adar, the great beauty of Yah? Who has that? As I labored on the past week, this scripture that I read next, it was prominent in my heart. And as I was cooking on Toruach, I was able to cook and search, work and search, cook and search, work and search, garden and search. And every little break I had, I would take a moment and go to the book. And this was the verse that resonated constantly in my heart. I want to read it. It's found in YHWH. As he speaks of that which is so beautiful in the sight of Yah, that it intrigues His love. And it is the gift that produces the Oshir, the Isha, the great happiness of the rich knowledge of Torah that He grants unto us as a nation. YHWH 25 verse 1. He says profoundly here, as he injects the great prophetic wisdom and also the poetic wisdom unto the students that sat at attention to hear this great orator speak with such profoundness that it caused them to come alive and to be livid. He says, I want to tell you students a great truth. He says that my being, my entire being, my nephesh, my composition that is spiritually and naturally, he said my nephesh is, he uses the words pa'ah. He says it is beautified. It is embellished. I made strong. I lift my voice. I stand to the attention. I marvel. I sit. I watch. I am quiet. He said my being is made beautiful. I'm covered with the beauty of the cloak of His beauty. He says, and also because of that ornament that goes with that beauty, he says, and also I take great hafetz, great pleasure. It is so beautiful that my heart sings. And it causes me and commands me to devote my attention, my attentiveness to it. He says there are three things. I'm going to teach on that three. Don't worry. Three things. I don't want to get off track, all right? From just what I've read, there are hundreds of teachings in that. He says there are three things. He says, and they are so CB. They are so beautiful. They are so yatam. They're so pleasurable. They make the heart fat. Only three things that are so pleasurable, so pleasing. It causes one to be happy. It pleases the nefesh of any man or any woman that has any sensitivity to Almighty Yah. He said these three things are so beautiful. Where? In the sight, in the ayin, in the visual, in the intellectual. He said these three things are so beautiful, even Yah says, my mind. It is the harmony of his beauty. These are the three things that harmonizes the beauty of Yah. He names them. He says, in the sights of Yahweh and of men. Does he say that? He said, not only in the sight of men is it beautiful, but in the sight of Yah. Three things. He says there is a great brit, a covenant and agreement between the Achim. You're my brother. You're my Ach. I love you. I care for you. You are the one that show us, teach us, guide us, and strengthen us in the instructions of the ways of Yah. This is a rebellious generation. Everybody knows everything. I was listening to a man the other day, and I'm looking at this man, and he pronounces all the time his scholarship. And I'm saying to myself, he had a master's degree. He was educated in some of the finest universities, graduated from the University of Chicago. And I'm looking, and I am saying, yeah, I don't want an education. If it causes me to pronounce this kind of intellect, I'd rather go the way you have taught me all these years. I'd rather be a high school dropout. The article the other day, the woman said, all this education, it has profited me nothing. He said, not only in the ayin or the sight, the intellectual of Yah, in the sensory factors of Yah, but a man, and when that ayin, what the ayin or those factors, it causes a great euphoric to rise up in our bosom. He says of Yah and of men, an agreement, a covenant with the Achim. Beautiful brothers dwelling together in unity. That means the whole team as well. Dwelling together in shalom, a great honor and a great love. Correction. The Musa of Yah is a part of that. He counsel you and correct you. We're afraid to tell the young women, you are stubborn and you are hard-headed. We are afraid because we are stubborn. And we are hard-headed. We don't give a damn because if we see one going wrong, we don't correct them. You don't give a damn. Agreement in the body of Yahshua HaMashiach. Friendship. Friendship with neighbors. With your Raah, friendship. In order for you to have friendship with a neighbor, you must show yourself friendly. This is a wicked, filthy generation. They will go to the world and show them how friendly they are. They'll go out of their way to please the world. But among the fellowship, you won't get off your lazy ass. You're mean. You're unkind. You're full of pretentious ways and pretense. Well, I did that yesterday. It has nothing to do with what you did today. Friendship. You're not friendly. We got more admiration for the world that doesn't give a damn about you. We want to be their friends and show them we're friendly. We don't give a damn about showing my neighbor. No. I see the Achim. Shalom. Yabrach. I don't give a damn if I wave 10 times a day. I see them going. I see them going out. I see my Ach coming in. Well, I'm going to crack your wicked, vile heart today. I got it. There's nothing more beautiful to Yah to show friendship, of loving your neighbor. You're so damn mean and ill. You're so damn antsy and corrupt. When one has the esprit of Yah, you see it in their walk and everything. They walk strong. Their Panim express the beauty of Yah. I don't care if they're 99, 9. We got perfect teachers among us. What's the children? There's nothing more beautiful that harmonizes with the beauty of Yah than you've been a friend to your neighbor. Nothing. Only 3 things that even in Almighty Yahweh's iron, in his intellectual, in his ruach, that cause him to stand up that his wind blows. Yah is ruach. It calls life. It calls wind. Don't you know there are certain things we do, as the world would say, we change the vibes. You ever heard of that? In my days, we would change vibes, the vibration. Don't you know in that we see the vibes or the vibration, the ruach, the subtleness of the beautiful winds that flow because we are wicked. We're dirty people. We're hard people. We have no beauty. Honey, you can dress yourself up in all the damn frocks you want to. It doesn't identify beauty. You can wear the finest of Leslie Faye clothing. You can go and spend $1,500 on a Salvador, what's the dog's name, belt? Ferragamo, Salvador Ferragamo belt. It means nothing. See, that's what the world says is beautiful. Yah says, I am set apart from all things, that I'm so beautiful. And there are 3 things in the Olam that reflects my beauty. When men love each other, when a man has an agreement, a covenant of truth with his Ak, and he deals with him that way. When he's honest, he's devoted. Don't tell me you're a beautiful man. I find these pigs that think they're beautiful. You're not even devoted. You show no love. You show no friendship. Yet they think they got charm. You have no damn charm. I'm not going to stop saying damn. Hear me. Nothing more beautiful than this. More beautiful than that, and whereby we can see our neighbors. We got friendship between the neighbors. This is what I will deal with today. There's nothing more beautiful than this. And a wife and a husband who live in harmony. Ain't nothing more beautiful than that. Nothing. He has taken the daughters of Abraham, you daughters, and made you damn fruitcakes and nutty. You despised by every nation. That's why I defend you. You despised by all nations. You don't even present what the world calls beauty. And when they present to you beauty, they got this woman that is grossly overweight. She's a damn jackass and a clown. That's what you see. You don't see beautiful women. You don't see women of your hero. I don't watch television. I don't have a damn television. But I guarantee you they're not on there. Why? Because I'm a student of what is transpiring in the earth. I see articles. All I need to do is read the headline. There is no display of no black people that are beautiful. There's nothing to propagate any kind of intelligence of black. You don't find them on your newscasts. You don't find you women on nothing because you make mockery. You're despised. That's a fact. You think because you got on a damn fine frock, it doesn't mean a damn thing. I said to the old man the other day, I know sometimes we think I'm boasting, but I'm not. I don't care where we go, my wife. It has nothing to do with how we dress, because we don't have no fine clothing. We went out Monday, and the first thing this woman, she saw us, she just starts smiling. She says, "Hi, how are you all?" This was not a woman of the diaspora. And everywhere we go, this elderly Caucasian woman pushes her buggy past my Asia. She turns back and says, "You're so beautiful. You're so pretty." And I say it all the time. Not just 1 or 2 times a day when we go out. It happens over and over again. This one woman, she looks at her and just smiles. You think it was some damn man-made frock? No. She saw the strength of this man. She saw the magnitude of his character. She saw that which was standing by her. Because she is the beauty of my strength, Yisrael. They don't see some physicality. And say they see the harmony. They see the beauty of the ecart and oneness. They see that. It's not because she wears expensive clothing. Hell, I've been married over 37 years. Now, one time in all of our marriage, what are you wearing? Let's dress it like I don't even play that. I don't play that. I'll say, you heifer, you put on that because you went down there to see what I was wearing. No, you saw what I was wearing. I don't dress it like we don't, come on, stop it. We don't try to pattern things together. That's not what makes beauty reflect. Hell, you all can dress her like every day. It doesn't mean you're beautiful. It doesn't mean you have charm. And I say all the time, but she's crippled. She walks on my arm here. There's nothing, see, he said these things are beautiful in my sight and yours too. And the sensory of man can see the beauty of harmony. They can see the strength of that man's love for his wife. They can see the beauty of her will to please and to make him royal. Those men that we identify as the Hebraic man, the women are destroying them. And it's a fact. They're rebellious and they're hard-headed. Because their mammy is rebellious and hard-headed, and they teach them how to be rebellious and hard-headed. I'm not going to stop and change things for no one. Whether you love me or not. Your love doesn't mean a damn thing because you don't even love you. Nothing more beautiful, listen, than a husband and wife, not because they dressed alike, but harmony. That you see the beauty, just like the letter says, your stories tell the richness of your life. As a young 22, 23, 24, 25, you, oh man, those that have been married longer than us, they would marvel. And they will have inspiration when they would see us. Because she has always honored me. In her ignorance, she honored me. In her stupidity. And now it has metastasized or metabolized into this cancerous thing. I'm going to touch on harmony. But before I go there, I've got to get a concept of beauty in our minds, all right? It's one thing that harmony is. It is the beauty of great friendship. That's what harmony is. A pianist has a friendship with his instrument. A violinist, they play that same violin all the time. There's a relationship. You can't give them any other violin. It just doesn't, because that one is sound to perfection. Everything about it. That's what the beauty of a marriage is. It has the law of perfection. Hell, you can dress in Cat Stevenson clothes. It doesn't mean anything. It changes the whole physicality of a man and a woman. And that's what harmony is. It has this great attribute that there is no turmoil. You're free from harmony. You're free from tumultuous turmoils. You don't raise hell at your husband. You don't raise hell at your wife. Oh, I'm going to stomp out wicked heads. You don't raise hell at each other. You don't show disdain for your husband, man, nor your wife. That's why there is no harmony. I don't give a damn if you dress like man and woman. I don't dress like my woman. I don't want to dress like her. I don't want our colors to match. You got on green, so what? I got a green pair of shoes on. Didn't try to jazz it up. That doesn't mean you're in harmony. Harmony is greater than that. As a beauty that I don't care who it is, young and old, they see it. Young men see it. All women see it. It makes no difference of one's ethnicity. They see something that breaks the mold of everything. You don't want me to say it because it is the truth. It happens not sometimes, but all the time. I see it all the time. All the time. You take the children out, they say it all the time. We must become as one of these little ones. And that's a fact. If you want to enter into the kingdom, when there is tranquility, there is an accord. There's no confusion. You both are on the same accord, Israel. There is unity. There is such great tranquility when you see it. Even when you say silly stuff, it's beautiful. You don't get aroused so fast and get angry as a damn hound dog. You don't get upset so quickly. You're not so easily moved. There's nothing more profound, more prophetic, that identifies with the beauty, the Tifrah, the CB, the Yafef of Yah, than a husband and a wife living in harmony. That he understands the power and the base of his character, because he knows who is his root, and she understands that, and she honors it with great reverence. He is fearfully to be praised. I'm not loved by many, and that's all right. So when I'm loved by one, I appreciate it. When one man loves me, I appreciate it. When one daughter to Zion loves me, I will honor them. So I'm not offended by not being loved by many. And then I will not allow us, we that are juvenile and think we know Torah, to tell me that my approach is wrong. You won't tell me that. You judge me wrong. No, well, tell me how you've judged me then. Are you wrong? I judge you right because I'm spiritual. He that is spiritual judge all things, he judge of no man. Because my walk speaks for me. My talk speaks for me. Oh, the way I live speaks for me. I said, the way I walk among you. When the world sees me, it speaks. Oh, it speaks for me. I am not false or pretentious. I'm real in my ways. I walk by the commands of Yahweh, but you can't be real. I'm going to finish today, Mama. There's nothing more beautiful than the harmonizing of the man and his woman. There's one thing that brings discord and breaks the harmony. I will finish this. I will touch on it all. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I will show us When there is harmony, there is nothing, there's no greater friendship than that. Oh, you know, it's one thing that we smile and we grin and we think that, oh, I got that kind of great harmony. The witness of our power. When the wicked see us, this is how all men will know that you're my Talmudim. You have the strength of Hamashiach. Doesn't mean a damn thing because I hold her hand. Your woman holds your hand or you grab her. It means nothing. It's greater than that. It pronounces, it makes a statement to the world. They look at her ornaments. That's what beauty is. It's an ornament. When you see it, you say, that is so beautiful. Everyone will receive that part that we think that we're beautiful. But we won't receive the correction part. We're filthy. Can I read a little bit here? I want to read one verse here. In Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 60. As Yah speaks to his nation, his people, he says that this kingdom that you see, it's mine. And because it's mine, it's yours. And the kingdom of Yahshua HaMashiach that dwells in us, there's no kingdom that is beautiful. I don't care how many artifacts you dig up. Whatever they have is not beautiful as this kingdom. Nothing. So the prophet speaks to us with great clarity, confirmation, that we may be students here in Yeshaya, Isaiah 60:20. He tells us, your sun shall go down no more. Neither shall the brightness of the noon, brightness of the sun, withdraw itself in the night season. Your way will be guided as Yah guided his people in the midst of the wilderness. For Yahweh shall be your everlasting lights. It is his beauty, it is him that shall be our everlasting light. And the days of your mourning shall end, there shall be shalom. They shall be complete. Weeping may endure for the night season, but the joy of the Shemshah, the Shomach of Yah comes in the morning. You went to bed weeping last night. You rise up in the joy of Yah. He says it's going to be shalom. It's going to be finished. It's coming to its end. And I'm going to be the one that complete that. This is what he says here in verse 21. He says, the people of Yah, also shall be, does it use the words all there? Yes. All shall be Sadiq. They shall be righteous. Their character, they obey the Torah of Yah. They have a great love for Yah. They love their neighbors. They live in harmony with Yisrael. He said, all shall be righteous. They shall yarash, they shall inherit, they shall seize upon the promises of Almighty Yah in Torah. He said they're going to seize the land forever. And he talks about the Nesi. Yahshua is that branch. He said, in the branch, look, we are the branch, and the branch of my planting. When Yah plants a branch, he plants a branch. Look how he sums up this beautiful branch that he has planted. He said, the planting of mine. No, I set this out. As our Zohar King reminded us of cultivating the land, I set out every plant. I set them all out. All 3,000, I set them out. I bent my back. Why? Because it was beautiful. Although some were darkened, I take pleasure in it. I set them all out. My body didn't feel right. I still set them out. When the back began to get weak, I still set them out. I am blessed richly. I have the great riches of Yah, his Oshia. I'm happy because of Yeshua. I'm happy because he lives. He said, these plantings are the work of my hands. When y'all plant something, he plants that, he says, that I, see, we are the branches. Why did he plant us? He says that I may be beautified in them. We are the beauty of Yah. We are the strength of his character. That's what the harmony of a husband and wife, she is the beauty of his strength. I will prove it in Torah. She is the beauty of a man's strength. She is the one that personifies his character. He is the one by his hands. He planted his branches. And he said, for what reason? That they may bring this pa'ah, this great beauty, this tifra, that they may spring up to the light. That the light of Torah shines. And it's one thing that our Zorkain told us, that as a plant grows, it reaches towards the heavens. It doesn't go back down in the ground. It is the light. And we hear the true Torah should draw us closer. We ought to come out of our dark ways and our devious, insidious, wicked practices and draw nearer, nearer to Yah, my Abba. He says, I've planted you. I've planted each of you that you may exemplify my beauty. Everywhere we go, they should see the beauty of Yah. Everywhere we go, they should see the charm of Yah's beauties. Not this false thing, you will smile at the world, but you can't smile with your husband or your wife. You will treat strange Jezebels right, but you can't treat your wife right. You will treat a dog as though that he is a prima donna, and you have no honor for your husband, man. You love everybody but your husband. I love spending time with the Achim, but I want to be with her. I don't care if we're just sitting there. I can't shoot the hoops like I used to. May try it a little bit. I just can't roll like I used to. You got me now, son. I will still beat you, though. You will be kind to a strange, filthy slut. You will marvel that a man looks at you, you dirty, stinking thing. And you count that an honor? You're sick in your damn mind. You're a sick, damn fool of a man. You are a stinking, dirty thing, woman. You marvel at that. You think you pronounce some beauty. You can't even hardly walk, man. My Sarah said to me, I said, Sarah, I got to lose some weight. She said, no, sir, no, son. You don't. I had just talked to my Zachim. So I tell Raphael, please don't bring me that stuff to the house. Why did you do what you did, daughter? Brought that stuff so early. I said, don't bring me that, please. Because I will eat it. I see 2 slices of cake. I forget about the collard greens. I want the cake. And I said, woman, don't bring me nothing. I mean that. So my meal yesterday, what? A few French fries and that cake. A little bit of rice. That's what I ate. Because I didn't want to fill up with the collard greens, coleslaw, the potatoes. I wanted the cake. So she says, Nadia says, yes, you do. So Sarah said, man, she was caught in a cross. So she said, I tell you what, Poppy, let eeny, meeny, miny, mo answer it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Poppy needs to lose Poppy needs to lose all of his belly. So he pointed, you, Nani. So I said, all right, baby girl, you know how to work that thing. Let's just get real with me, all right? He has planted me, you, to be a branch. What comes from branches? Little branches. To make him beautiful. That even hell rage against him, the accusers. He said, look at that branch. There's fruit there. He's not coming for fruit that is dried up and stinking and wicked. He said that I may be beautified. He wants us to beautify him. So in our relationship, brothers dwelling in harmony, you having friendship with Yisrael, husband and wife dwelling together in harmony, there's nothing that speaks of the beauty of Yah any greater than that. And once we began to operate in that realm, we will offer up the great songs of great happiness because we know we've been delivered from me. It's not the devil that's doing you harm. It's your own wicked mind. You're mean like that because you don't want to hear the truth. You're nasty. You don't love your wife. You despise your husband. You show no honor. Has nothing to do with the devil. Because you're the devil, that's why you do it. Not holding no punches. I don't give a damn who it is. You have respect the person you will. I don't respect anyone when it comes to this word. Listen, Dawid in all of his agony, his misery, he writes this beautiful essay, this song. He says into Psalm, 2 Samuel, 2 Samuel 22:19. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. He speaks of the great deliverance of Yah. See, Yah's delivering us today. And with that deliverance come great manifestations of the great blessedness of Yah. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He says here in 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 9, he's talking about his enemies. He said, they prevented me and the day of my great calamity. He says, but Almighty Yahweh, you were my mishain. You were my stay. You are the one that protected me. You are the one that sustained me. In all of my weakness and all of my trials, it was your beauty. When I will look up, I will see the beauty of your manifestation. I look at the sun. I look outside and have so much to be told out for. He said it was your mission. He says, you brought me forth into this place. You brought me into the opening of Torah. My mind could not comprehend the depths of the richness of Torah, your words, your promises unto me. He said also the place enlarged me, but it was a large place. You brought me into this place and you delivered me. You hid me in the power of your truth. That's what he hides us in Torah, in Yahshua HaMashiach. Why? Because you delight, because Yah has delight in you. These are things that cause the ayin, the nefesh of Yah to be pleased, Yisrael. There are certain things that cause his mind when he see brothers that love each other. When he see great fellowship and a covenant of great love. When he see the daughters that are neighbors with each other, not them busybody and gossiping and eating and laying around all day. When you see the beauty of the harmony of a husband and wife, because that represents his kingdom power, he shall be the husbandman. He says nothing more beautiful than that. And the wife is attentive unto her husband. She attends her husband over sister, brother, mama, daddy. She attends to her man. She attends to her husband over daddy, mama, kinfolks, mama, damn the wicked. She attends to her man. My mama, no, it's your mind. The devil has tricked your mind and made you so wicked. Well, I love you, you're damn lie. We're going to find out whether we love Yah out of the book, all right? Hallelujah. He says, Yah rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to my righteousness. Zochim Benjamin was telling us, you want to think that everyone is wicked because you're wicked. But Dawid said, I have some righteousness about me. I'm a righteous man. I speak righteously. You can't condemn nothing I say. You can't challenge nothing I say. Not one of you. You can't condemn my walk. You can't condemn my lifestyle. You can't condemn my love for my issue. You can't condemn that. Neither can she. She can't. Oh, you're a mean man. That's all right. I'm going to stay mean to you. How about that? Mean man. Okay. I'll be mean. You get quiet, huh? That's all right. I'm going to rock your boat. Don't worry. You will not leave here unscathed, all right? Dawid said, because I delighted in Yah, he rewarded me according to my righteousness, my sadika, according to his character and the beauty of his character. That is what the sadika is. It's the character, the characteristics of Almighty Yah. He says, according to the cleanliness of my hands, have Yah paid me. And then he says, I have kept. That's why I'm righteous. There's a way for the man to keep. Daughters, there's a way that you must keep. You go outside of that, I don't care how you reason in your mind, you are wicked, you are vile, and you're full of your own stench. I don't care who you are. He said, I have kept, I have guarded, I have shema, I have kept the derek, I've kept the way of Yah, and I have not done wickedly. I've not done rasha. I'm not condemned. I'm not condemned. I've done right by you. It's almost like a man pleading with his wife, I've done right by you. Or the wife with, I've done right by you, man. Hallelujah. You have done right by you. I have not done wickedly. I have not departed from you. I have not done wickedly by departing from Almighty Yahweh. Now, so I'm reading that to imply that somebody got to have some righteousness. And righteousness is reduced when we follow the ways of Yah. And the paths of Yah, they're beautiful. The way of the Torah is beautiful. His wisdom is beautiful. When one has that, you'll see the beauty on their countenance there. Paul name reflect that. Man, you can talk all you want to and say how smart, how bright, how intelligent, how wise you are. What a man got, it will be seen. I don't have to say things when I go places. I don't have to say a thing. That's a fact. I was in this place yesterday. And of course, I've always let Oximion go and handle that part of the business. But I'm an observer of all things. So first of all, I didn't throw my military disposition on them. I watched the fellow say, how much is that? He said, I figured it up, it's $56. He said, no, it's $76. But give me $56, $54. Give me that. And I'm standing there watching. This cat saved $22. I like to save $1. If I save a penny, I'm all right. So I went to the owner. I said, I want to ask you a question. Because I had him, nothing he could say because I'm standing there that way because I said, I want to ask you a question. I said, you deal in cash? He said, a better deal? Well, we won't charge you taxes or nothing like that. No, it's going to be a better deal. I said, okay, thank you, my friend. I got you now. I got you. And then I'm going to make you feel patriotic. What about me? I'm a vet. Here it is on my license. Here. I'm a vet. What you giving me? 10%? Everybody gives vets 10, 20%. Make him feel patriotic. You should have never let me heard that. No, sir. Nothing like a wise man. He deals with shrewds. He deals with subtlety too. So the beauty of a man, it will reflect out of him. Well, you got to prove that to me. Can I proceed and prove it? Because I got something for us. Hallelujah. 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 I want us to understand this. Hear this in Mishlei. Dawid said that Yahweh took delight in him, didn't he? Can I show us why we don't take delight in Yah? There is no beauty on us. There's no beauty in us. Can I tell us and show you what the Torah says? Will you believe me? Dawid said, I kept all of Yah's ways in 2nd Shemuel. Yah, did he not say that? He said, I kept all of his ways. This is the greatest inhibitors of us. There's an old proverb, you call a spade and a diamond a diamond. We don't want to do that. Look at what the wisdom of Shlomo says to us. There's no delight in us. We don't delight in Yah. There's a reason why. Can I show us Proverbs, the book of Mishli, Mashal Mishli, chapter 18, verse 2. It calls out the spade, but it calls a spade a kasel, a damn simpleton, dumb fool, has no delight in understanding. Well, I'm a fine husband. You're not a fine husband. I'm a beautiful wife. No, you're not beautiful. There's nothing like a precious wife. She adds years to a man's life. You can tell when he's in turmoil. A fool takes no delight in understanding, but that his heart, his own love, may discover itself. A fool doesn't want any kind of wisdom of correction, because it shows a fool what kind of heart he has. You think I'm that way? No, you're worse than that. You're worse than that. A fool thinks that, well, that's not me, that is you. That is us. See, so when you teach understanding to a fool, you try to show a fool his way. You try to show the foolish husband, the foolish wife. They don't want to hear, because if they hear and get understanding, it shows them you got a wicked heart, woman. You're a dirty old foolish man. And they don't want to hear that. So a fool will never take delight in understanding. There is no there is no being in a fool's mind. Because once he began to hear it, he's going to realize he's a damn fool. She's a foolish, silly woman. Her own heart is made known. So they're always talking about me. I just read, I do this, I study, I just work in my house all day. Stop your lying. We work our mouths all day, doing nothing. That's why we're unhealthy. He put that thing out there for you to get any daughters and sons. And I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of that thing. I like it. He put it out there to make your bones and your cartilage right. You hide from it. I don't hide from it. The earlier the better. Why do you think Papa got up before the cock crowed in the morning? Because he knows, he knew that sound was going to get up there in the middle of the day. And so as he acclimated himself from the beginning of the morning, it was no big deal. He could plow all day long. Once he got out there, he could stay all day. The world has made us fools and unhealthy. And it's a fact. We hate the sun. I've never liked the cold weather until I got a little older. Then when I start getting older now, I'd rather have the sun. Nobody just doesn't respond like it does in the cold, like it does in the sun. Now, you say what you want to. Send me the sun. Let me get out there the first thing in the morning and feel the rays of Yah, feel his light, his strength. Let me move on, because I want to dig down deep into this. That's why we as a nation, as a people, we have no delight. Mothers don't delight in their children. Fathers don't delight in their wives. Wives don't delight in their husband. We don't delight in the friendship of each other. Because once we get understanding how corrupt I am and how my shortcomings are, we will know our own hearts. And we don't want to know our own hearts, because we pretend that we are something. We deceive our own selves, and it's wrong. We lie to ourselves. We lie to ourselves. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I look nice. You look a mess, woman. Man, you can suck it in. You can tuck it in all you want to. You still got a guts, man. Take it out. Come on, woman. You can wear it all tight you want to. You don't want to wear it tight. You see half of your back. Mountains crawling up it. You should be ashamed. I'm not taking anything back. See how the world has made us silly to think that we're beautiful? And you're not beautiful, daughters. Beauty is expressing our devotion to who? Your man. You got a husband, and if you don't have one, you have a devotion unto Yah. You hear those that have the power and the ability to instruct us in the ways of Yah. And when you have a man that loves Yah, he's walking around, you put life in him when he has no life. You'll make him love Yah the way like no other one can. He's given man a gem and a woman. But everyone is not a woman. You may have the physicalities of a woman, but that doesn't mean you're a woman. That doesn't mean you're a beautiful woman. That's why of all the concubines and women, an expression of one's lust. Shalom Mohabit, he had one. She was black as a berry. She was black, she said, because the sun has made me black and rich. Her skin was black can be, black as that coat she got on. But she was a pretty thing. He had him in every size and every color from all over the world. When he looked at that one, he says, my Yah, you knew what you did when you brought her out of the womb, and the paps that she sucked. My. That's a woman. Her beauty, her charm. That even the daughters look at her and say, who you think you is? She was a beautiful thing. She was a beautiful thing. And she warned them, don't touch my man, get back. See, that is the representation of the simile, the Shira of Shir, the Shir Shiram, the Psalms of Solomon. That's what that is. All that is a prophecy of Yeshua. All of that book is our love as a woman. You say, I'm not going to let you, mama, you get back. You're not touching my Hamashiach. You will protect your wicked mama, but you won't protect Yisrael. Oh, my mama loves you. You're a liar. She doesn't even know what love is. She's never loved Yah. Period. You don't even love him. How in the hell you know she loves him? Yeah, I'm going to say hell damn. I like this man. He's my friend. But I have no company with him. I'm all right with him. He talks to me and he rebukes me. He corrects me all the time. This man loves me. Hallelujah. We have no understanding. We hate understanding because we hate Yah. Now I want to get into the dynamics of the harmony of beauty with his beauty. And one of the places that ought to captivate us is Romans chapter 10, verse 15. We don't love this kind of a man. Romans 10, verse 15. It says, how shall they preach or declare the Bizorach, the teachings of Yah, except one is sent? When Yah commissions a man, when he commissions one, he is sent by the command of Yah, not by man. As it is hatab, as it is written, it is engraved, not only in the annals of this book that you're reading, but it's in my heart. He says, how beautiful, how tifra, how beautiful. How beautiful, how beautiful are the feet of them that declare unto you the Bizurah, the teaching of the covenant of Yah of Shalom, and they bring the tidings of tough things. I'm telling you the tidings of a beautiful daughter of Zion and a strong man and the beauties that represents the beauty and the antithesis of Yah's beauty. That we as Achim, that we fellowship and we love each other. We do for each other. We don't charge each other. We don't look for reward from each other. It is our friendship and our love that repays us, and we're devoted to each other. And when a man and his woman live together in harmony, it's like the beautiful messenger's feet. That's what it's like, his feet that has treaded upon the many places that his the bunions are there. And when he will walk into your house, you will sit him down and watch his feet. That soothe the aches and pains. And you will see the beauty of all the scars and the bunions. You know that this man has walked. He has labored so. And then Yah grants him to come into my house. Yeah. No, our feet are not beautiful, but Yah says how beautiful are the feet. The path that they take. The way they walk, how beautiful. He uses the word tifrach. The beautiful feet. A messenger's, his feet And those that are messengers, their feet are beautiful. They bring us the tough tidings to say, man, stop it. You're going to die in your sins. Woman, that's not beautiful. You're dressed in a silly frock. You're not even comfortable in it. It's too tight on you. Come on, give me some looseness. You have no shame, daughter. You got everything flopping up. That's not beautiful. You keep yourself for your man. If you don't have one, you keep yourself and you preserve yourself. When a man sees a beautiful woman, he says, there's some riches, there's some gold there. Hallelujah. What is beautiful? Can I show you something, daughter? Despite agonies and pain, there's something that we can look forward to that is so beautiful. It is so beautiful, it's beyond the expressive superlatives and adjectives. It cannot be modified because the beauty is beyond the reach of man's linguistics to describe it. I show you here in the book of Titus. Titus chapter 2. Titus chapter 2, verse 13. This is beautiful. We must be looking, he says, for that blessed tikvah. The promise is Titus 2:13. Looking. And when one is looking, one is aware, one stays watchful on the tower, looking for that blessed tikvah. I know the word splendid is here, but what is splendid? It is beautiful. This tifra, this beautiful appearing of the great Yah and our Yeshua, the salvation of Almighty Yah, Yeshua HaMashiach. Is that beautiful? Is that splendid? When all things seem as though they agonize you, we can always look for that appearance, because there's nothing. We can look out into the heavens and the skies are full with the stars and the sun and all of that in the moon. But there is nothing more beautiful than the blessed coming of our Abba. And the light of his Yeshua HaMashiach, even the sun shining 100 million times of his brightness, is not in that brightness. And above all that, he's given us the eye and the eyes, the wisdom that we're going to be able to look upon him. And that's what the body is. There's a light to the body. There's a beauty to the body of Yeshua. And these are the three things that exemplifies and shows us the beauty of this body. Woman, you must live in harmony with your husband. Man, you must. You must love Yisrael. They must become your friends. Brothers, Achim, we must have a covenant of shalom and able to listen. Yah says, this is beautiful in my sight. It is so splendid and so beautiful. And he gives us the details of why it's so splendid. And verse 14, who gave himself. Who gave himself for us. Why? That he might redeem us from all of our ovine. If I died today in hell, I will lift my eyes. You died in your sins, your corruption. He has redeemed us. Listen, daughters, that's the strength of a man, to redeem his house, to bring them into the way of Yah. And you should walk in harmony with that in all obedience. If he has to go to the Himalayas and live, you go with that man. I don't care where he has to go, you go with him. You follow that man. You will know he's a man, because he's not going to defy you. He's not going to back down. A boy will, but a man will never defy you. I got something to show us, daughters, and you sons. He gave himself for us that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify to himself a segula, a great treasure, a beautiful people. A treasure is something beautiful, isn't it? You hide a treasure. You don't put that treasure in the view of everyone. You tell me you got a 35,000 diamond ring and you just lay it on your table for everyone to come look at it. No, sir. You don't want nobody to know where that's at. Even the ones that you know you trust, but if they see that, man, the one that you call your boy, he sees that, he will take you to the bank. So you don't display your woman like that. You don't do it like that. It is right, my friend, that he may procure unto himself a peculiar, a segula people. Are we zealous for tough work? See, he has procured a people that's zealous. They have energy in life to do what is right, to go beyond my measures and my ability, to operate in the power of his ruach. That's what he has procured unto him. A people, we're not zealous of the tough works of Yah. Daughter, your tough work is loving your husband, to reverence him and to honor him. Man, your tough work is to make sure your house is right, guarding them from the scars of darkness and hell, to protect them. To make sure your quiver of your arrows are full. You have the power to rise up against the works of hell and to renounce everything and denounce it. I'm going to teach this and preach it too. I would have loved to have had a man stand before me like this. I would be so much farther today. I would have. I love the men that taught me principles, but I love them. I was looking for something a little deeper than that. If it doesn't convince me and cut my heart, I don't care if you talk about love or blessings, it must. A peculiar people. Peculiar is different. It is a great treasure. Sugula, a treasure of wealth. Yah just doesn't set his treasure before the wicked to mock it. And we love the wicked. We love being their friends. There are us that will not say my brother's wicked, my mother's false. They won't say that. But you can tell when everyone else is wicked. You can call the brother wicked. You can get up and renounce the people of Yah, and yet you love the fellowship of your wicked brother and sisters and all of them. As a young 22-year-old man, 23, that meant nothing to me because I never saw what they call love in the midst of them. And I walked away from it. And I'm not ashamed of it. Can I tell you something? My mother said to me one day, she come into this large sum of money. I told her, I don't want you to do nothing for me. My mother was married to one of my brother's father. He had lived with this woman for 26, 27 years. The man died. My mother and my aunt, they did something corrupt. They went to a voodoo doctor because they believed in that kind of stuff. And caused that woman, they went to that house. I heard them as a young lad. I heard them talking. And I was so disgusted. I didn't know a Yah, as Zakim Mahalaya said, not even a God. And I heard their surmising and what they were going to do. And I heard them say, he says, in 14 days you'll be gone. And my mother never did one damn thing for that man. South Carolina has a common law marriage. The woman should have had the right to Social Security. And my mother got the man's Social Security after about a year. She come into a large sum of money. She bought my wicked, vile, whore sister a car. And the Jezebel will not even, I desire her to hear me today. She will not even take her to the store. I said, you got a car. You bought the cow car. Tell her to come get you. And they all pillaged her for her. And she said, I want to give you an offering. I said, I don't want it. I don't need it. There's one thing I'm going to do. I know you like to hunt, but I'm going to buy you a gun. The money went. She never bought me a gun because I would not have accepted it. The money is a thievery. It's a lie. I even said to them, that money belongs to that woman. I said, what you all did that day, I became a little old. I said, what's wrong? You will justify your wicked ones. I will not. I justify him
Hallelujah.
because he justifies me. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
You don't even love Yah. So how do you know what love is? Hallelujah. Can I proceed? I will. The fool hates understanding because it reveals his damnable heart to him. Who was wise? Was not Shiloh more wise? Can I read a statement he read here in Wisdom 7:28? He says this, for Yah loves none but them that dwell in wisdom. Wisdom 7:28. If a man or woman, husband and wife, children do not walk in wisdom, he's so near, he hates them. He loves none but them that dwells with wisdom. Look what he says. Wisdom 7:29. He said, for she, wisdom, is more beautiful than the sun. Do you all hear that? He says the beauty of wisdom as it resonates from you is much more beautiful than the sun. I'm teaching us wisdom today, all right? He said there is nothing more beautiful than an experience with Yah. Even the sun is not as beautiful as wisdom. The very harmony of Yah's beauty and the beauty that he has placed upon us as a nation. He says, and above all the stars, wisdom is more beautiful than all the stars. What is wisdom? We get understanding of our experience. Wisdom is principle of all get understanding. And that's why the Kessel, the fool, hates wisdom or understanding, because one will discover their own heart. You don't want me to talk about sin. You don't want me to talk about your wickedness. You don't want me to talk about husbands and wives and children and our wicked, corrupt way. We don't want to hear that, because it shows us our hearts. She is more beautiful than the sun above all the order of stars, being compared with light. She is found. Wisdom was before the stars were found. It was before you was found. So the wisdom of Yah tells me that there is nothing more beautiful in my heart, in my mind, than to see Achim, you in the covenant of Yisrael. You loving your neighbor with great love. And wife, you dwell with your man with harmony. You honor him. You reverence him. This is a wicked generation. Say, well, I love my man. No, I want to show you what the love of your man is. You won't talk back to your wicked uncle and they will clown and jackass with you, but you'll talk back to your man. You're happy around the damn wicked. You can laugh. You can grin, see every tooth in your mouth, all your toothes. But when it comes to your man, there's no smiling. There's no, you're not elated. You're not happy. You can get around the crowd of the wicked. You integrate yourself so easily and so, and with much platitude. But with your man, you're not happy. With your man, you don't show love. You can get around strange women and think you're the Jack granddaddy, and yet with your wife you show no discipline. You don't instruct her. You're wrong, woman. That's what I said. Hold up. No. I said that. Oh, okay. That's okay. Just do what I ask you. Nothing else. What I ask you to do it. Okay. I don't go no farther than that. Oh, I didn't hear you. I said, okay, well, just, okay. Listen, hold up. This is what I ask. Do that for me. Nothing else. All right? Yes, sir. Okay. We're fine. Bless you, baby girl. You want to give me a hug? All right. I like that. She was found before the stars and the creations of Yah. When one walks in that wisdom, you know, it's amazing because my issue everywhere we go, she comes ahead. And people always extend and tell her how beautiful she is. She doesn't show what she got under there. They always say, you're such a, I see it all the time. I see it. They look at me. They look at her. Okay. You don't realize that's my strength. That's the beauty of my strength. I'm weak, but I'm strong. Anyone that has wisdom, wives that have wisdom, mothers, the imam that have wisdom, this is what it does. Can I tell you what it does? Can I read it? Will you believe me? Okay, wisdom. The same man talks in the book of wisdom in Mishli, Proverbs 4:9. He's talking about the same wisdom. It says, she shall give to your head an ornament of favor. That's what wisdom does. She shall give to your head an ornament of favor and a crown of beauty. Tifra. That's what wisdom does. It gives you a chitza. It gives you a crown of beauty. That's what beauty begins here in the head. Not with your Leslie Faye frock or your $50 alligator shoes, man. But it gives you a crown of beauty. It gives you a crown of beauty. And she shall magan. She shall make sure that you're delivered safely. Even in your turmoil, she bring you over the great strays and the battles of your mind and make you walk in the wisdom of Torah. Proverbs 4:9, she gives your head an ornament of favor and a crown of beauty. That's what wisdom is. That's the beauty of Yah. That's the beauty upon a husband and a wife that lives in unity or harmony. It's not because they got on fine clothing. Not because they got on stuff that is all fly and fashionable. It's not that. That there's a crown of beauty. There's a crown. And when the king walks in, everybody notices that. I go to Sam's, and there's an older man, he's about 75, 76 years old. He come to me one day. I would always talk to him and speak to him. And I abandoned this old fellow. I did it because he was an older man. And so one day he come, we were talking, just general conversation. He's from New York. And he told me what kind of a fire of a man he is. And he began to say stuff like that. I looked at him. I said, I don't go that way, man. I looked at him like this. I want him to know I had disdain for your conversation. And I walked away. And from that day, I've never talked with him again and will not talk to him because he's an old fool. He's stupid. There's a young man when I go in there. He's about 20. Very handsome, beautiful man. I like him. I said, how you doing, my friend? Everything all right, huh? Boom. So he watches me all the time. All the time, man. And so he comes to me, he says, I just like the way you carry yourself. I said, I'm an old schooler. I say, I'm from the days. I'm an older man. I'm older than your daddy. And all of me is daddy. He's a young man. But it's such a beautiful charm. He says, I'll tell you, I will not use that. He says to me, he says, because, man, he said, your swag is not. He said, you got such swag. You know, the way you look and the way you dress, everything is so. And I'm looking at this suit. I bought it back in the days of Value City. So you know how old that is. Huh? Value City is old as dirt. Has nothing to do with that. He said, in your hats, well, he's seeing the crown of wisdom. He doesn't see what he said. Yahshua is the head of every man. We should have a crown of wisdom. And we deal with things not according to emotion, but according to wisdom. We deal with things according to the wisdom of Almighty Yah. And when men see the beauty of wisdom, are you promoting? I promote truth. I promote a peculiar. Are we not a peculiar people? Are we not a peculiar people? Are we not a Sogula? Are we not Sogula? Are we not Sogula? He calls us Sogula. We're different. We're separate. He places us above all nations, either by his immutability. When he says it, when he writes it, that's the immutability of Yah. He cannot lie. Need men to bring it home to us. I'm going to bring it home. I want to finish this too. Hallelujah. It is that wisdom, that crown that shall deliver us. When men see that crown, that great ornament on our heads, that wisdom, that beauty, it will give us favor with men. That's what gives us favor with men. Not because we're smart, or we can talk from intellectual proudness, because we talk the talk, because we walk the walk. We're real. We're not some fake, juvenile, immature individual. This has to be real in us. I want the dart of Yah to strike through to our liver, not our hearts, but our liver. To kill us, to drain out the poison of our minds. Well, I'm not happy. There's a reason you're not happy. You have no beauty, first of all. And you don't see Yah's beauty. Can I show you something that is beautiful and what brings happiness? Just listen, I'll tell you where it's at when I finish. I'll tell you Sirach 25:4. This expressed the very nature of Yah. He says this, Sirach 25:4. He says, what a beautiful thing. He said, there is nothing more beautiful. Sirach 25:4. Hallelujah. There's nothing more beautiful thing is judgment in a gray-headed man. When an old man knows what is right and he stands, he doesn't care whether he lose son, daughter, son-in-law, daughter-in-law. He's such a wise old man. There is nothing more beautiful than that. There's nothing more beautiful than an old woman that is gray-headed and judge and pronounce judgment. An old man doesn't have judgment. He is not even worth his weight in dog's dung. There's nothing, what a beautiful thing. Does it say that? It talks about the character, the tifra of Yah. It says, what a beautiful thing is judgment in gray-haired men. And you can only be got at the house to understand the dynamics of judgment. There's nothing more beautiful than a gray-headed man. He has the season of wisdom and understanding. He has longevity, he has life, and he judges. He doesn't care whose feelings he hurts. See, when old men see scriptures like that, they should study everything on gray-haired old men. Judgment. That they may be gone at the house. There's nothing more beautiful thing than the judgment of the gray-headed men. And for the age to possess tough counsel. You aged daughters, you aged men, you should have tough counsel. You should have counsel and speak. You are wrong, son. Daughter, you're flat out wicked. You are wrong. We don't do it. All the women are silly as pumpkin pie. Always pretending they have something. You got something, honey. You got a crown. I'll see it. You got something of value. I will see it. Believe me, if you got something of value, I will see it. I will see it. You got a lot of talk, but no substance. He says, how beautiful. He prefaced that. How beautiful is the wisdom in the old men. There's nothing more beautiful. Yah is showing us the harmony of his beauty. That we will get a glimpse of that in old men that understand judgment. You see them, they're not silly. They walk right. Their words are measured with great wisdom of judgment. Same thing with the elderly women. When he talks to the man, he's talking to the woman. Their words they're so precise. How beautiful is the wisdom of an old man, and understanding and Musa counsel to the men of honor. There's nothing more beautiful than that, daughters. Men, there's nothing more prestige than that. Not because you got on a $50 suit or a $200 watch. You love your watch more than you love Yah. You give more attention to your watch than you do the word of Yah. You polish that up, but your nefesh is not polished up. You clean the watch up, you clean your shoes. I don't put on a pair of shoes unless they're polished and cleaned up. I have to. I have to. I will not put on a pair of shoes. I dress the soles and I clean them and I polish. I have to. That's just me. I've always done that. And we're more concerned about that than we are polishing our nefesh. He tells us this. When a crown, one wears a crown, can you see a kita? If someone got a crown on, you can see that. We can see the daughters, the head. We can see that, can't we? This is what he says. He says in verse 6, rich experience is the crown of the age. You find an old mother that has an experience in life. She'll grab the young daughter and say, "You're a hard-headed little heifer." Sure she will. Daddies will say, "Son, let me see you, boy." You take him out to the place of him and his son. He said, "Boy," and he's feared daddy too. "Yous ain't doing the gal right. I was a watcher with them young'uns, and yous are going all the time. Yous and I, you going to have to fight me like a man, because I ain't going to let you do it. Yous are going to fight me like a man, boy." And daddy was strong as a bull. He didn't drink. He may take a sip on the weekend. He didn't drink. He was strong and ready. The boy drinking every night. Didn't have no wind. Daddy plowing that field. He's working hard every day. He says, "Boy, you ain't not going to do that. You shame me, boy. I's going to beat you with these here, or you's going to beat me." And the boy began to tremble in his heart. We don't have that today. We need men of, he didn't know Yah. He just had a richness of life. He had been a strong, loving man by his wife. He had loved the woman. He had done her right. He had raised the youngest with all the integrity he had. He taught them honesty and decency and to do right, to work hard and press on. Although someone does you wrong, you still do them right. We're such a damn wicked people. Someone do us wrong, we proceed. We do them wrong and we hold on to it and we keep doing them wrong. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. You're going to die that way because you're going to stay that way. And in hell, in the gates of hell, not Sheol, but in hell, you're going to lift up your eyes. It is right. You're going to hell. See, when a man has wisdom, he has a rich experience. He has that crown. And their boast is in the fear of Yah. They don't boast about you. "Man, I was this one day." No, his boast is in the fear of Yah. He does right by his wife. He does right by his children. He does right by the Akh. He does right by Yisrael. He doesn't boast in what he had or what he was or who he is. He boasts in his fear of Yah. I do right because it's the fear of Yah that keeps my heart straight. And he transposed that upon his wife and his children. He transposes it upon his wife and his children. And because the wife reverences him, so she sees the fear of Yah in the man. She sees Yah's love. She sees the man striving. And she developed those same characteristics. She loves Yah because she fears. She fears even her man. That's what reverence is. It is the form of fear. Damn it, they talk to him out any kind of way. Hold up, baby. The governor has told me we'll take care of you. So talk to them out any kind of a way. Talk to them anyway. You're going to pay, daughters. You're not getting by. Man, don't love and see what's going to happen. Just see. We talking the real talk here. Well, Riak, you read that from Sharak. Give me something that I can identify. All right, in Proverbs, Mishli. Same thing. Proverbs chapter 16. Proverbs 16 and verse 31. It talks about the Hori or the Sheba. Proverbs 16:31. It says the Hori or the Sheba head is a crown of beauty. It's a crown of beauty. And it gives us a great preference to that. See, a gray-headed man, a gray-headed woman, those that have lived and experienced life. It is a crown. A crown is a kitan. It is a crown that sits on one's head. It is a crown of beauty. Where? If it be found in the way of tzedakah. You walking right, you got beauty on you. I don't give a damn how one say they're walking. You must walk in the way of Sadiq. If one is walking in the character of Yah, one is walking in the light of Yahshua, when you see that man, you will see the crown of life. You will see the crown of Yah's wisdom. His gray hair speaks to that. You see the wisdom. You see you see the erect way that he walks. And you know his walk is one of strength. He's strong and he's upright. Sure, you see that. You see that in the beauty of a daughter. She may limp and walk and her bones may hurt, but her face is toward Mount Zion. Her head is up. She's not walking like that. Her head is up. That's the way the old folks will walk. They walk. They didn't have nothing, but they had dignity, didn't they, mama? They walked like that. That's how they walk. That's how Miss Mickle taught the girls. You walk like that with your head up. You don't have to like me. You don't even like you. If you don't love me, you don't love you. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. If a man walks in the way of life, he has a beauty and a strength. If a young man has inherited the strength of the Father, this is the harmony of Yah's beauty. Proverbs 20:29. It says the beauty of a young man is his strength. Does it mean his ooze, his ability to live? That's part of it, because his ability to walk in obedience and great love, it represents the character of a young man. So I will never do anything against my young Achim. It's just a few of us. But I will never do anything. I would rather hurt than them. And so when a young man walks in loyalty and love, and he shows you favor, what is more beautiful than that? I will never do anything to cause them to be discouraged or provoke them. I won't do that. There is no intention in my heart to do that with my Achim, because his beauty is his strength. Let's go get that, because tomorrow morning I will use the show. I will use the big bulls. You got some weeding to do, and I'll get up and weed right along with them. Need him. All of them. I want to eat broccoli, don't you? Simeon said to Yahweh, you don't need all these seeds. Go get them. Preacher man, it's what? It's all right. I'll start off. Give me that thing. You got from here to go. I got to go take care of some of this. How about that? He loves the young men because they're strong. That's your beauty, young man. You have strength. You stand still when everything else is in turmoil all around you, when everything is falling. When everyone betrays you, you stand still. Mama, daddy, brother, sister, wife, husband, you stand still. When the friends that you counted as your friend, when they all forsake you because you're not going their way, you stand still. That's your strength. That's your beauty, your strength. You don't follow no crowd. You follow truth. You're found in the way of righteousness. You understand? See, that's the young man's strength. And the beauty of the tifra of an old man is his gray hair, because you know he got wisdom. He's lived long enough to understand judgment. He's lived long enough to understand the righteousness of Yah. And he guards and teach young men in the ways of Yah. When he sits in the marketplace, he talks. His voice reverberates throughout the market, that even the daughters from a distance sit down to hear the voice of that messenger of Yah, because his wisdom speaks. His knowledge of life speaks. His experience with Yah speaks. But let there be some kind of damn gospel follow. We will all turn our attention to that. But truth? We don't want that, Yisrael. We don't want that. Hallelujah. We want beauty, don't we? I do. Could I show you how it comes? Will you believe me? This is how beauty comes. I want to be beautiful. Beauty is a strength like no other strength. Beauty is a confidence like no other confidence. I want to be beautiful. I will show you in the book. Not my philosophical approach. What does the book say? Is found here. Dibarim, Deuteronomy 26, verse 18. Moshe says, I want to show you how beauty, where it comes from, and how you ascertain, how you acquire it. Deuteronomy 26, 18. He says, for Yah has, he has avouched. He has spoken for you, has uttered. He has avouched you this day to be his sugula. He's telling us today that we're special. This word is speaking to us today. He's saying that he has avouched that you this day to be his peculiar, his segula, his treasure, his 12 special people, his people, as he has promised you. And that above all, you should keep his mitzvah. See, that's what makes us special, because we keep the mitzvah of Yah. Because you keep his mitzvah. And to make you high above all nations, not just high above nations, but above all nations, which he has made. He has made all nations. He's going to make you up high above them in praises. They shall honor you. They say, who is this man? Where's this young man? He got strength, he got character. He holds on to the way of Yah. He's not running like some dog with mange in the street. Look at this woman. She's beautiful. She's simple. She has a beauty that cannot be expressed in the Jezebels of the world. He says, in name, our name shall be beauty. And look, he says, in all that, but in beauty. He makes us beautiful. He beautifies your daughters. He beautifies with the ruach of meekness. When a woman fight against a man, she doesn't have meekness. It's amazing that how we as men, we can talk harsh to our wives. And the wives can talk so harsh to her husband. It's amazing. And you will treat a stranger that you don't know with the uttermost respect. And show them you're nice. And you can say anything out of your mouth. Get quiet. You can say anything out of your mouth to your man. You don't care how you answer him. You don't care how you respond. You say it the way you feel like saying it. And yet you meet a damn stranger, you will entreat them so kindly. You will say what you want to your wife with disregard and total ill of your emotions. You are a damn fool. You are a kesel because you despise knowledge. You don't want the knowledge of love. A woman, you think you're getting by. You're not getting by. He says, not only that, but in beauty, that you may be kadosh, a people that is kadosh, kadosh to Yahweh, as he has spoken. He is the one that makes us beautiful. Beautiful. And it begins by obeying this. What? Obeying the commands, loving Yahweh with all, and loving our neighbors as we love ourselves. Do you really love your neighbor as you love yourself? Huh? You get quiet, huh? As the old folks will say, neighbor. Neighbor, oh my neighbor. We don't love our neighbors. We're not friendly with our neighbors because we are unfriendly. We're not kind. I don't want to have that disposition. I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to be moody with my achim. I don't care. There's nothing I go through to make me moody. There's nothing that I go through that makes me moody. When I was a little young fruit cake of a head of a young man, I didn't have any sense of that. Until Evangelist Hartsfield said, you stop acting like a damn little boy and act like a man. Yeah. And he rebuked me openly with force, with authority. And because I had such love and reverence for him, I didn't fight. I went and found me a place just to cry. There are women that are moody. They're moody. They're so moody and wicked. There are men that are juvenile and they're moody. It's wrong, man. Up one moment, down the next. Nice one moment, and you like a hell-twisted rage of hell. Sweet. As she says, Uncle Charlie says, she comes and she comes to my arm and say to me, sweet Willie. And then like a rattler, she turns. She'll say, Billy, that's yours and that's mine. Well, what did Aunt Rose do? Well, she said that Billy ate her part of something, so she took all of his work. She's vicious. Daughters, there's nothing more reptilical than an evil, evil woman. There's nothing more reptilical. Her poisons are like death. She's like the Kamuta dragon. She will smell things for years and days. The Kamuta is a big dragon. In the islands of Kamuta. You don't find him nowhere else. And he walks like, he does that because he's scenting. He can get the scent 12 miles away. He hones on. That's all he does all day. He walks with that motion. And the only thing he's got to do, he doesn't have to bring down one of those big buffaloes. Only thing he got to do is just nip him. His mouth has such death of bacteria. That tongue is a deceitful and deadly thing, isn't it? The only thing the commoter has to do is just bite it. He may not be the one to get the prize, but other commoters will. And that one that get that prize, he's already bit the deer, and that commoter gets that. And when they feed, they don't fight each other. The hell, they all come together and eat. And that's how he walks. And he hones right in on it. Doesn't miss nothing. Take him a week to find it, he'll find it. He'll find it. We find trash in us that is so poisonous. The germs of it, you kill everybody. Wife, you must be sweet in order for the young women to understand what a wife is. You got to be a man for the young men to understand what a man is. I've done right by this woman. I've lived right. I've lived honestly. I've lived with integrity. I've never lied to her. Never. Never had to lie about money. Never had to lie about exterior, other motives of activities. Never had to lie to her. Never, never. Never surmised to do anything evil. Never. Not with another woman. Not with boys. Didn't hang with no boys. That's the only person I ever hung with. Nobody else. Just her. I'm going to shoot some ball. You want to come in? Throw me the ball back. I'll teach you how to play tennis. We play tennis. If you want to go, you can sit down and watch me run, but I'm running. Now you can hang with me. It's the only person. I hung with no one else. Didn't have to lie. I wasn't out at night. I wasn't out at night. I wasn't out at night. Never going out at night. If we did, we were together. I'm never going out at night. Never going by myself. Didn't have to go by myself. Never lied. Never lied. Never lied. Never lied. You chump. Oh, you silly boy. Had nothing to lie about. My love was genuine. They had to lie about no money because she knew what we had. She used to pick up the check. When I got paid on Monday, go cash it. What do you need? You take 150. Put the rest in the bank. I'll pay that's your money, okay? Take that 100. Put it back because I want to buy you a pretty dress. I don't want that. I want you to have it. Now don't talk and raise your voice at me now. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Anything but that. I'd rather just be quiet. I'd just be nice. And you win me every time. Every single time you win me. Every time. Not sometimes, every time. It is the quiet answer that turns away my wrath. You don't want that to come. You don't want my wrath to come. All right. Never dishonored her before the women. Never brought her to shame. She's never brought me to shame. She's never done anything to bring shame on me, to make me look bad in front of the Aki. That's a shameful thing when a daughter can bring her man and his integrity to dishonor. There's nothing more broken than that. That breaks the heart more than anything. I don't give a damn who it is. When a woman brings dishonor to her husband, man, and bring him to shame, that's sad. That's sad. She has never done me like that. She has never done me like that. She has never spouted off in front of no one with me. The only thing I had to do was just look. Don't even think about entering a conversation with me and another man. Period. Don't play that with me. Never sat down with other men and we sat and she chit-chat and interjected in my... If you even say something like that, oh my. Yeah, you're laughing now, but you know. If you want something that arouses me and makes me angry, don't ever do that. She knows better. You don't see me in no conversation with her and other women. You've never seen that. So you don't do that. You don't do that with me. You talk with the women, I'll talk with the men. How about that? Hallelujah. This is how that great love of Yah has come, that great beauty, that Yah makes us special. And Kadosh, He sets us apart. He makes us different. I want you all, listen. As our Zachin would say, there's so much to this. There are some short scriptures I want to read. We're talking about harmony. And what produces the harmony between a husband and a wife? That's so beautiful in the sight of Yah that He says, devil, look at that. And what produced the disharmony? Can I show us that? I want to show us. There are other things and scripture that I want to read, but this is something I want to read. Let me read this first. Quickly here in the writings of Ibram, Hebrews. Now I have to have a consensus agreement on this here. And if I don't have that, I won't read the other, right? In the book of Ibram, Hebrews 6:16, as Shaul speaks about the purpose of this great emat of Yah, His truth, and he speaks to us, look what he's telling us, just be encouraged, that Yah may preserve you for the time and the end. Now I want to read this, that what I read next is either a lie or it's the truth. He says in Hebrews 6:16, he says, for men verily swear by greater than themselves. They will say, I promise you I'll do it, I'll lay my whole life on it. I promise you that. That's what he's implying here. They will swear that way. And in every dispute among them, the true settlement is by oath. When there's an agreement between man will say, okay, I was wrong, man. I promise you that. That's his oath. That's his shalom offering with another man. We're straight. Back in the days, men would say, we're straight. It's settled. Everything is all right. Those kinds of terminologies. It tells us this wherein now, Yah, although men do it that way, Yah willing more abundantly to show the heirs. Are we not the heirs of the promises of Yah? The heirs of promises, the immutability. What is immutability? He's not even susceptible to change. His word is not going to change for you, mama, daddy. It is always, His word is forever settled in the heavens, isn't it? So He shows us about two immutable things. It's permanent, it's for duration, by His immutability of His counsel. What He did, He confirmed it with an oath. That's how men do of His counsel. He confirmed it with an oath. And then these are the two immutable. He said about two immutable things that are unchangeable things, in which it was impossible for Yah to lie. That is one. He cannot lie. Period. But He says it is the truth. It cannot change. Why? That we may have a strong assurance, consolation, who fled for the refuge to lay hold upon the tikvah set before. So we have promises. We have great expectation in what He has said, right? Shall we do? I do. He said, which tikvah, which promises we have as an anchor for our nephesh, both sure and steadfast, and which enter into that within the veil. We can come before His presence. We can go beyond even the veil of our flesh. Even though we're wrong, we can go beyond that. And through teshuvah, we can repent and go beyond that. Now, He cannot lie, can He? What He commanded Jeremiah to say is the truth. What He commanded Sirach to say, don't tell me in the first 1611, all those books were there. It was by the Protestant Catholic movement they removed those books. All of them were Sirach, Wisdom, Maccabees, and all of them, Tobit, all 16 of those books were there. So if it's immutable for Yah to lie, then He must give us an understanding of how to bring harmony with the husband and wife. If I show you, will you believe me? If I read it, you sure? I'll read it. And a gift to you all, I'll tell you where it's at. I will show you what brings great harmony and one of the most divisive things that could ever enter into a home. I will speak from Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. It's talking to the wives, all wives. It says, wife, submit. He is the subordinate. Submit yourselves to your own husband as to Yah. Did he lie? Did he lie? He tells you not just to submit. See, we're a pack of liars. Oh, you can't tell me I love Yah. I would tell you you're a damn liar. If you don't submit to your husband like you submit to Yah, you are a flat out damn liar. Now, you weak back men can protect her. If she doesn't submit to me like she submit to Yah, she's a flat out Jezebel of a liar. You think I'll let her make Yah a liar? I read to us by his immutability, he cannot lie. And we will call him a liar. He meant what he said. He said it because he meant it. Because there's a great reward of strength in it. He says, wife, you submit. If he says no, damn it, you don't recall. Why not? That's my sister. I don't give a damn. I said no, it's settled. But that mama, don't even play it with me. Don't go that way with me. Now leave it alone. You understand? Wives, you love Yah. Oh, I love Yah. I know you can't tell me I don't love Yah. My husband, he can't tell me what I can't do. He can't tell me that. Yah says, wives, you get awful quiet. Submit. He is your subordinate. It's amazing you will go to a job and submit. Yes, sir. Well, look, girl, look. I want you working next week, these 3 days. I don't care. My baby is sick. I need you in here. I want you in here. You submit to that. He tell you how much time you can spend with your young'un. This is a stupid generation. That's why the women of the dark hill, they despise. The men of our hill, they're going to South America. Why? Because they're women raised in cultures that honor the men. Men that call themselves Hebrews and married Muslim women because the Muslim women are raised with a culture to understand, to honor her man, submit to him and obey. They cook and they do all those things. That's a fact. This damn rebellious generation of women, this is what Yah says. There's a reason. This is what brings the harmony. This is what Yah loves. He says, wives, submit, obey your husband as you do unto Yah. He did not say Yahshua. He said, but you submit, be subject unto your own husband like you do. Well, I love Yah, but my husband just ain't right. You're not right. When we get a pure heart to the pure, all things are pure. To those that are defiling and unbelieving, you don't believe nothing. He commands you. Oh, Allah, you can't tell me. I just told you, Jezebel. The word just told you. You call Yah a liar? Damn your God. I'll read it again. This is what brings the great harmony of your home. And I will show you what brings disharmony. Let me read. I'm going to finish this. He says, wives, submit to your husband, your own husband, your own husband, your own husband, your own husband. As to you submit to some man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Brown. Oh. You can't even laugh with your man. You're stupid. You're stupid. You're flat out stupid woman. Yes, sir. We'll go over there and get that. Yes, sir. Baby, will you give me a glass? Well, I don't feel like it. You might as well get quiet. He said, wives, submit. Submit yourselves to your own husband. You submit to a strange man you don't even know? As to Yah. So that is the beauty. That's the parallel, isn't it? He tells you how to submit, all right? But I want to take advantage. I say Ephesians 5:22. Yeah. Take advantage. Ephesians 5:22. What does it say? Get it and read it. Okay, I get it. Wives, submit yourself to your own husband as to Yah. For the husband is the head of the wife. Not your mama, not your friends, nor your granddaddy, your grandpappy. He didn't even say Yahshua. He says the husband is the head. This is harmony. Yah is the head of all things. There's harmony. He says for the husband is the head of the wife. Even, he gives us an example, even as Hamashua is the head of this congregation. That's the command that the husband. It's one thing about the Hebrew man. The world has made him look like a damn fool. Now they're promoting him as the most violent man. They're promoting you, dog women, of you as the most evil things on the earth. You're fat, you're loud mouth, you're silly, you're stupid, and you're dumb jackasses. Say what you want to. That is the norm. That is the stereotype of all of the women of your hue, black women of the dark hue. You're loud, you're rebellious, you're being despised. And so the men of our hue, they're going to white women. And white women are just as rebellious and wicked as any other woman. But you are the ones. You're loud as hell, you're stupid, you're clown, you're jackasses. That's what you're being painted as. Even by men of my hue, they have disdain. I see things when people sign up to our site. I don't like what these dogs are saying because they're wrong. Not all the women are like that, but it is a stereotypical image of you women. And that's just the truth. That's why we have to present the crown of our beauty. When men see, say, that's a pretty woman. You have on something so damn tight you can't walk. You dress in the colura of Yah with colors that are so beautiful. And that's what you do. Showing your ass and got on heels, hell, that you look silly. That's stupid. That is so damn stupid, women. Making you walk like a cat. That was a faggot that designed that type of wear for you women. That's stupid. That's not even. I don't want no. I got some heels, but like that. That's all right. Go a little higher with my boots, but I don't need nothing higher than that. These fags make you silly. You think it makes you sexy, but you look silly. It doesn't make you look sexy. A real man is not looking for that. He's looking for a woman with balance and beauty. She's got discipline. She's not loud. She's not heard. These little gals where they back out there, some of the silliest little jackasses you want to look out at. I want to be around my friends for what? To laugh like damn clowns and eat until you get big as a hog and do what? You don't have any money. Where are you going? Walmart. For the husband is the rush of the wife. He is the head. Even as Moshe, is Yahshua the head of the congregation? Is he the head of the assembly? So is the husband the head of the wife. Is Yahshua the head of the assembly? Is Yahshua the head of the assembly? Is Yahshua the head of the assembly? So is your husband the head. Is Yahshua the head of the assembly? Is Yahshua, so is the man the head of the woman. Damn it, answer me when I talk to you. He is the head of the assembly. If you're in the store, you will not shake your head like you say, yes, sir. Is he the head of the assembly? Is he the head of the assembly? Don't shake your damn head up and down. Say yes. When you do it like that, there's something in your heart. There's some wicked there. You don't want this wisdom. Yes, he is. So is the man the head of the woman. He doesn't appear. I will never have I will never tell her to jump off this building. I will never put any label on her two hearts. Never. Bring me some water, baby. I'll bring you. Raah, can you massage my? Yeah. I'll massage your foot. Sure. Put some coconut oil and all on that for you. I don't mind doing that. For Yahshua is the head of the Israelites. And so is the man, the governing power of the Israelites. And he is the Yahshua of the body. Does Yahshua save us? Yes. Does Yahshua save us? Yes. You buy that? Yes. You buy it wholeheartedly? Yes. Well, then what about the next verse? Therefore, as the congregation is subject to Hamashiach, so let the wives be to their own husband in some of the things. In every damn thing. We must obey every word that Yah commands us. You think this man is going to tell his wife, go out there and take off everything and run naked? He's not going to do that, his wife. Give me a stick, I'm going to beat you like a dog. He's not going to do that. He wouldn't even do the dog like that. Should we be subject to Yahshua and everything? Do we obey everything? Every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yah is it pure? Then we obey our husbands and everything. I don't give a damn what they say. They say, well, I don't want you there. You don't go there. If they say stay at home, you stay home. If they say don't wash it, they damn it, don't wash. If he said I don't want to eat that, then damn it, don't cook it. Just learn how to be quiet, wife. You don't like it because it's the truth. You don't love Yah. He did not say you be subject to something. He said everything. Well, that's what I want to do. Yah said be subject to everything, woman. Well, I love you. You're a liar, woman. You're flat out Jezebel. You don't even love your man. You're just getting on the women. No, I'm telling you, daughters, I will finish. Yah calls you evil. Is that what I call you? I don't care if you don't love me. You don't even love your man. You don't even know what love is. That's why your daughters you're going to pay for not teaching them. You don't want the responsibility. I was looking at scripture the other day. I'll teach you one day. Am I my brother's keeper? Do I guard for my brother? That's what, see, a wicked heart say that. Well, it ain't my responsibility. See, that's what Cayenne said when y'all says, that's what Cayenne said when y'all said, where's my Abba, my Hebel? Hey, what you don't mind, this keeper. Huh. I am my brother's keeper. I guard my brother. I guard his house. I'm not going in his house. I'm not going to enter his house one time unless they say there's a fire. And the wife and the children, I'm going in there. I'm kicking the door down to everything. Give me that axe, I'm going in. But to go in his house and sit down at his table, I will not. We sit down at that table out there. That's his house. I'm not going in his house. I'm not going peering around looking and peeping. I don't need to. I'm not going in my brother's house. That's right. All right. The wife must be subject to their own husband in every, E-V-E-R-Y. Equal, all, the whole, everything. Well, I don't have to do that. Yah says in everything. Did he lie? Can he lie? Can Yah lie? He cannot lie at all. She submitted everything. Then he says, man, you got that. You got a woman that's doing that. You got someone that's special. He said, you better love your wives. And I showed you the parallel and the harmony of loving her as Yahshua HaMashiach loved the congregation and gave himself for it. So does Yahshua allow us to do just anything we want to? We've been bought with the price. You just can't do anything and go in a place and do what you want to, anytime you want to. We've been bought with the price. So he said, man, you love her. You love her when you say do that, she'll do it. You love her so when you ask, she'll do it. You love her say, can you fry me some eggs? None escape. Man or woman. And so if Yah loves us with that kind of great love, we should do everything he commands us. Love him with everything, love our neighbors as we love ourselves. This is the harmony. This is what Yah loves. He hates a woman that rebels. He despises a woman that talks her way to a man. He rejects any woman. She's not even a woman. That's just the truth. Any woman that defies the law of Farush. Yahshua is the head of that man. And Yahshua has given him the power to administer the law that will bring them to the fullness of the knowledge of Torah. You may not understand, woman. He's building a house. There's not an ach in here that can't build a house or don't know how to start. You can't build one. If I tell you 16 on sinners, 16, you wouldn't even know what to do. Where are you going to put the windows? You know what a head is? You couldn't tell me nothing like that. But a man may not know, but he said, okay, come on, shit, give me, okay, I got it. I can get all you women together and say, okay, give me a hand. Ooh. I give you an 8-ounce hammer, you, oh, this hurt my elbow, my wrist. Huh? I give you an air gun, you shoot, woo, woo! You're going to run from it. You couldn't build a house. So he gives the man that ability to build this house. It is the man, not the woman. It is the man that cleans it like, come on, daughters. Tell me one, just a few that did things. I remember Raphael when we came here, she called herself going to do something. I said, baby girl, I got it. She said, go to our house. I went there. She said, see? And she was out of commission for 2 or 3 days. The thing was happening. I said, let me handle that, baby. Listen, I'll dig the hole and I'll take care of that. So she wants to prove to me that I can do it. See, I'm here to help you. And so we had the goats. We had about 30 goats here. Nobody here but us. And I said, baby girl, all thing I want you to do. The goats knew her. They were familiar with her. I said, you put them up, I milk them all. Because if she milked one, she's tired. You put it up for me, baby girl. I got it. We had 2 tables. I get this one here, and I was bad to the bone. Get him up there. Get this one look on. Okay, he's done. That's how I did it. In everything, you obey. You follow. Husbands, you love your wives as Yahshua loved the assembly. And then you deal with her according to knowledge, knowing that she's the weaker vessel. He gave himself for it. Why? This is the reason, wives and husbands, that Yah might set it apart and cleanse it by the washing, listen, by the washing of the water, by what? The word. Now, he's washing your marriages and cleansing them. He's showing you, wife, what you must do. He's showing you, man, what you have to do. This is what wash your marriage, the word. You must hear it. When he shows you how like and what kind of like we have. He goes on to say, why? I told you that the word splendid was parah. It was beautiful, didn't I? I read that before. He said that he might present to himself a beautiful congregation. A splendid. That's a beautiful family. They look so beautiful. You won't have, this is how you don't have, I know we quote this, but this is how we don't have the spot wrinkled or any such thing. And that you're going to have that which is kadosh or kodesh by you obeying and doing what is right that Yah commands you. So ought to men love their wives as his own body. The way he loves, every man ought to love his body. Every man corrects his body and say, man, you know that ain't right. You eating too much of that pound cake. Leave it alone. Don't bring me nothing. I'm saying this unless I ask nothing. Nothing. If it's not in the house, I will not eat it. But when it comes to those doors and I walk in, I say, what? And I open that, I forget about that's just the truth. If you don't bring it, I won't eat it. I won't even have to ask for it. So ought to men, Ephesians 5:28, so ought to men love their wives as their own body. And he that loves his wife, love himself. When a man loves his wife, he loves himself. He will obey what the Torah commands. He will obey what the truth commands. When a man doesn't love himself, he gives provision for himself to sin and his wife. Listen now, for no man ever yet hated his own flesh. A man will not do his wife wrong if he loves Yah. Yahshua is his head. But he nourish and cherish her. That's what a man ought to do with his wife. He nourish her and cherish her. Come here, woman. It's not about some sensual activities. It's about the tendencies of love and care. Damn it, woman, when you obey, believe me, you'll get that. You come off your high horse and quit being so rousy and loud and talk quietly and speak that way. That's what breaks a man's heart. I don't care what you say. Even with a man that is mean to his wife, when you don't know what that man is doing by himself. He doesn't know. He's crying for help. He doesn't even know how to get right. But he's crying for help. Y'all, please, somebody quote, God help me. I won't do it like that, please. He doesn't know, because sometimes there are mental deficiencies in a man. He doesn't know how to understand that kind of great beauty and reverence for him. Hallelujah. Yahshua nourish us, doesn't he, as he doing today? So we must nourish our wives, for we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bone. And it tells us this. It's a sad shame that we think that mamas and daddies and sisters and brothers and kinfolks, he says, for this cause shall a man leave his father and his mother. He shall be joined to his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. There's nowhere in Torah that tells you you're one. Not even brothers and sisters are one flesh. Only a wife and her husband is one. And it has great mysteries to it. He said, this is a great mystery. I don't even understand the greatness to this. But this is what Yah says. It is a great mystery. And that's why the enemy is doing all he can, because he's trying to unravel this. He says, the great mystery. I speak concerning Yahshua and the congregation. That's what the marriage, that's the harmony. That's what's beautiful in Yah's sight, because it is Hamashiach and the congregation. It is his body and his election. It is him and his elect. And the only thing that reveals the harmony of the beauty of that is the husband and the wife. Nothing else. And so when men see that, they will ask questions of why we have this great reason of tikva, or we stay together. What, women, there are plenty out there. I don't want another one. I want to love my wife and teach the young men to be kind to her. Well, I would hear you. I would say, Raphael, listen to me. No. Listen. Now make things clear. I said that my water jug is right there on the little table as you go up on the right. Okay, I see it. You listen, you would hurt me the first time. He said, nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife. You love her like you love you. If you correct you, you will correct her. If you don't correct you, you don't give a damn about her. Ask himself, and see the wife, you reverence your husband. You must honor your man. You must reverence. You must obey. Reverend Smith, how you doing? Reverend Johnson, how you doing? How's you doing? He said, reverence your husband. This is the harmony that Yah that says bring great beauty. When you go out, men will see that. Women will see that. Women will marvel. Women marvel more than men because they all want that. They want some love. They want a man, a husband to love them and to be kind, and they see that. I go to Walmart, the people all these years, there's those that have been working there 15 years, 16 years. And they know me by appearance because I never say nothing to any of those women. Never. Then after a while, you go to the line, they become familiar with it. They speak to my wife, and all of a sudden you go to the line, they don't even speak to you. I said, you don't speak to me? And so one day I went to Walmart, this woman says to me, she knew my issue. She says, where's the little one? Now, come on, woman. I don't even talk to you. And then I began to promote the beauty of my wife. I said, oh, you're talking about my issue, my precious wife. I said 37 years, 35 years, whatever it was, she is in marriage. She is so precious. She is my gem. You see, she stopped that. She never said anything. And the next time I went through a line, she says to us, she says, you all got to be preachers. I said, never. Not that. She said, no, you all are preachers. I said, no. I said, she's a woman. Her beauty speaks. I said, she's a woman. I said, we're not preachers. Because I'm not a preacher. Hallelujah. This is what brings the harmony. Wife, you think it's that difficult, but it's not. This is what we are enraptured in. This is why there's so much disharmony, so much violence. And man, I want you all to hear this. I want you to hear this, daughters. I will read and tell you where it's at when I finish. It tells us when you want to find a man's circumstance in his heart, he says a dejected mind and a gloomy face and a wounded left heart, they are caused by an evil wife. Now this is what the book says. I didn't say it. When a man feels dejected and rejected, he has an evil wife. A dejected mind, when his mind is not on Yah, he is in such turmoil and trouble. He can't think right. You can see the gloominess and the sadness of his countenance. His heart is so heavy, he can't even operate. They are caused by nothing else but an evil wife. The messenger says a wicked woman. You can say what you want to, woman. Women, you can say what you want to. It says a wicked woman, she abates, she destroys, she brings everything down. A wicked woman abates She destroys the courage of a man. She brings down his love for her. He said in another situation, I wouldn't even be with this woman. She brings down his strength. Don't follow you. Don't go that way. She destroys his effort, and it's hard to do right. And when he gets up there, kicks her ass, she begins to cry. She destroys him. I will, man. She makes a heavy countenance. She caused the man's heart to be wounded. And not only that, his hands are drooped. He said, I don't know what to do. Drooping hands and weak knees are caused by a wicked wife who does not make her husband happy. God gave you to be his helpmeet. You make him happy. I don't give a damn how ignorant he is. You love him softly, he'll be happy. As a good wife, you're not a good wife. I read the book. He's talking about an evil wife. A filthy, evil wife. She takes the courage of a man where he can't stand. Woman, listen. The Hebrew woman, that's why the world is so down on all of them. You are the strength and the beauty of any man. You bring strength. The Hebrew man, the man of your heel, he gets no encouragement from nowhere. Why would you belittle him? Why would you take him down? Why would you tell me he's a jackass? He ain't no good. You can't do nothing. I don't need you. Why don't you tell him I need you? Why don't you tell him I want you? I love you. I want to be around you. I think about you. My heart cries because I want you. I need you. I love you so much. I love you. You're so kind. You're so precious. It's your damn evil ways, woman. He made you to be a helpmeet to me. I will meet the charge of Yah if you do what you're supposed to do. You learn how to be quiet and reverence me. Respect my decisions, although you don't like them. And that's why you dog, you women, men despise you because, oh, they will go to bed with you. And that is it. They're not looking for wives. But I leave this one and find me. You're not going to find a damn thing. You're not going to find shalom. You're not going to be happy. If I ask us all what the word happy means, you couldn't tell me the meaning. None of you. I'm a student of life. I'm a student of knowledge. Have no college degree, but I got scholarship. And scholarship is that man understand you study every angle of that, the historical, the revelation of that, the injection of that. It's process. That's what I do. Little simple words that you don't even think you use. Oh, I'm so happy. You're lying. You don't even know what happy is. You that are listening, I'm going to teach what is happiness on Wednesday. You want to hear this? We can only define it by what the book says, right? Okay. I don't give a damn you get mad at me. As Granny would say, you got that mule face. That's all right. Listen. Listen to what Yah says. Hallelujah. Yah says, I want to tell you something, men. You find a wife like that. This is what the book says. He says, give no water, no passage. You don't let it float. Don't let her do it. That's what he means by give no water, no passage. You don't let her flow that way. No, baby girl, you can't stop that. He said, give no water, no passage. He says, and when she wants to get bold, he says, and no boldness of speech, and an evil woman. When a woman got that kind of boldness, she's evil as hell. She's an evil, nasty woman. She's an evil, nasty woman. I don't care if it's your daughter, your mama, your grandmama, your great-grandmama. She's an evil, evil woman. You don't give her no boldness of her mouth to talk to you any kind of way. You don't let her tell you what, and this is what I want. You don't let her do that. You don't give no power. You don't let that water pass on. You say, okay, I won't talk about it. No, we got to stop that now. Yeah. You will go to hell. Yeah. You're so nasty, Riak. No, I'm telling you what he said. This is what Yah command. Oh, you like what you like in the book, but you don't like what is truth in the book. He said, don't give this woman no boldness in her speech because she's an evil woman. He says this. If she doesn't walk in the path you command her and tells her. See, this is what this Jezebel spirit has done. You're your own woman. You're liberated. Women, I got a job, I got my own money. My wife has never in all the days we've been married ever said anything that alludes to that. She's never said that to me. She has never. You don't tell me what to do. Hell no, woman. You're not going to talk to me like that because I'm not going to talk to you like that. You're not going to even try that. You're not going to go, no. You're not. No, sir. You may get upset because I squeezed the toothpaste wrong. And it's amazing. This hypocrite, she squeezes the toothpaste any kind of way now. And I got me a little place I can slide it down there and it keeps everything. And you get on me about that and put the toilet. Woman, get out of my face, woman. Get out of my face. But I'm not going to give her evil talk in this space. She get bold. You get in my face, I'll do that. No, baby girl, don't do that. I will knock you off one blow. What's that cat, the football player, the one he knocked her flat out? She had spit on. He said, and come on, this man is an athlete, 28 years old. He punched her right in the jaw. I saw it. She just went right down. This woman spitting all on this man. She was wrong. See, this is what the world has taught you, women of the dark hue. It has made you disrespect the men. You don't give a damn about them. You don't have no respect for them. You respect your wicked mammy, your wicked pappy, your holy sister, your punk brother, your punk uncle. You respect them more than you respect your husband. You don't give him no credence. And mama said, damn what mama said. This is my house. His brother-in-law called her. Why she didn't come to the funeral? I say, she got her husband. That's his damn business. Well, I said, no. You don't tell this man. You don't tell, because he want to think that he's a chump. He think he's the boldest man in town. I said, you think you're the baddest cat in town? I said, you're so immature and silly. Because she got a husband. That's why. I said, you think the folks that came to see that old woman, they cared for her? Well, nah, them folks didn't really even care. They didn't even, I said, I know it then, hypocrite. Okay, so who are you? Who are you to challenge someone? Who are you to say? Well, I got there late. Oh, but it didn't trouble you too much. You got there late, you jackass. This is a stupid generation. You don't give an evil woman place to be bold and give you some kind of dictates. Let me say this. I don't know if the person may be listening. I watched this man one day. He was here. I watched his wife talk to this man like a dog. And I found myself like, hold up, Jesse, but I've caught myself. And I watched this man capitulate like a little boy. And the heifer would not look at me because she knows me. But she and I looked. And I want her to see me, but this cow will not look. And then he was talking like a little kid. Well, you left. I'm like, man, there's no way on Yah's earth I will give that kind of speech to a wicked wife that talks to me bold. I want to show you something, daughters. I don't care if you don't love me. You don't even love your man. So what I care about you not love? You don't even know how to love him. It says, give no passage, no boldness in speech to an evil wife. It says, if she does not go as you tell her, as you direct her, as you command her, he says, separate from that heifer. He says, separate her from yourself, cut off her from your flesh. Don't even have no compassion, cut her off, and give her a bill of divorcement and let her go. That's what Yah says. You don't even play with her. Let her go. That's what Yah says. You can change it any way you want to. Yah says, let her go. That's Sirach 25. Read the whole chapter. He says, let her go. Get away from her. She got boldness of speech. She's that bold. Would you disrespect you and say she loves Yah? Talks to you any kind of way? No, you don't want to do that. I will never let a woman. I don't mind if I don't have no wife. I'm all right. Shimmy, come on, let's hook up. Teach me how to hunt, man. Yo, say if I may learn a little sign language. Yo, teach me some sign language. That's why the idea of men today, they all are alike. You women of the dark complexion, you are despised. And that's a fact. I listen to men that are professional men. Hey, can I say this? A young man came here many years ago. I don't care what you say. The man was handsome. Raphael said. But the man was handsome. He was a doctor. He was a tall man. I liked the young man. He came to talk, record everything. Tell me, Raah, everything I said, he recorded. Everything I said, everything. They just didn't like the fact that I say, damn Jesus. And even folks that they have told about me say, I'm telling you, he is adamant with that, yeah, he doesn't play with the Jesus thing. And I said to this young man, he was a doctor. He was a doctor. He was in his internship. And believe me, any mama would not have mind to bring that. He was about 6. Was he tall as you as I came? About better me 6'1", 6+. Nice fit looking to bring him home. And he got that nice look and nice, beautiful beard. Believe me, mama wouldn't have thought that. Oh, baby. She went out of her way. She couldn't hardly walk. Well, she's going to cook a cake. She's going to not bake a cake, cook a cake. And I'll never forget, I say, young man, he was 33 years old. He had been in college 13 years. I said to him, my young friend, why you don't have a wife? He said, Raah, they are crazy. These women got a crook. These women that are the dark, they got, and he still lives. I guarantee you make $175,000. Let me show you. This man is an educated man, but he loves y'all's people so much. He's a doctor now. I hate he did that. Because I said to him, you can become anything. I said, you have the intelligence. You're a bright man. You have the ability to analyze. I said, you can do anything. You can create. I guarantee you where he's at, he makes minimum between $175,000 and $210,000 a year. There aren't that many men going to make that kind of money. He makes that kind of money. I can show you where he lives. They have 2 houses there together. He lives in a room in that house, and he brings the offerings of his money right there to the man that he loves dearly. He's a doctor. I know what I'm saying. He said, these women are crazy. He said, the more education they got, the more crazier they are. He said, they are fruitcakes, man. He said, I'm telling you, they're crazy. He said, these black women are fruitcakes. They are nuts. He said, I'm not even about to tie myself down with that. And here this man live among the nation, and we don't want to live with each other. Something is wrong in your mind. Something is sick in your heart. You rather go and congregate with the wicked and live among the wicked and embrace wickedness, but you won't embrace the people of Yah. You are a sick, damn creature. I don't care who you are. I don't care who gets mad at me. I don't care who turn away from me. It's just a fact. We don't want to deal with it. You mothers better understand your place. You don't want to reprove or correct things because you're wicked as hell. You don't want your heart to be exposed. Yes, I am my brother's keeper. I am my heart keeper. I'm a gate watcher. I watch the gate. I watched the gate in the days when somebody left. Miss Brooks watched my mother's house. And my mother watched Miss Brooks' house. Didn't need no babysitter because Miss Brooks watched the young'uns. She didn't have to, you all come over here and sit down in the house. No, she knew, you knew better because she would take a rod and put it on your backside. And she didn't have no fuss with the mammy when she came home. That's a fact. You got to teach them. Teach the young daughters the beauty of a woman. The Muslim women teach theirs. The Amish women teach theirs. And they teach their daughters that they love that kind of community lifestyle. Yes. And we teach them to hate it because we hate it. Because we hate the people of Yah. We don't love them. I don't take one word back. Not one. Jehovah. I don't care who you are. Change it for no one. There's nothing more turbulent and more evil than an evil wife. That was something else. Let me find this before I close. It's something that Shirach says. Hallelujah. Oh, okay. I'll teach that on Wednesday. There's a reason that Yah says that women are evil because he tells us, Shirach tells us, he said, It was the woman that sinned and not the man. So the same way she brought man under her subduction to go against Yah, your wives don't even do that. Don't even do your man like that. He is the strength. He is the YHWH. He will, a real man, he'll lay down his life for you. Hell, he wouldn't have been with you that long if he didn't care for you. You just never learned how to care because your mama didn't teach you how to care for no man, because she didn't give a damn about her man. And that's a fact. Because if she had taught you that, you would know how to care for a man. There are women that have pushed and promoted the men to do things. Oh, you're doing that. You commit adultery, and hell, the man says, okay, damn it, I'll do it. He goes out and lays with all kinds of damn women because she's harassing him. People will call me, Raah, I know my husband. I said, hold up, let me ask you, have you caught him? I said to a man one day, he says she was with this, our cousin. I said, how do you know? Did she tell you that? Did you catch her? He said, well, she did confess to that. And then he said, but I've been doing. I said, well, how in the hell are you going to get on her? And why don't you get your life right? You've been a dog, and you're gonna, hell, you haven't shown her attention. Show her attention. Be sweet to her. And woman, the way you get sweetness is watch your damn mouth. Speak right to me. You can put me on a leash, and you can control me. Speak right to me. Speak to my manhood and my strength. Don't try to break me down. Don't try to make me look like a boy. You're not going to talk to me that kind of way. Mean man. I will be a mean man. I will continue on this. How about that? I don't care if you don't love me, my friends. I don't care how you feel about me. He is so cruel. There are people that send offerings all the time. They do. But they think I'm mean. But they send offerings all the time because they know that they're not hearing it like this. I talk like you. No, you don't talk like me. You can't even divulge on the things I can. You may sit there in front of the computer all day and on YouTube and get bits and pieces of that. I don't do things like that. That's the how I process things. I go into deeper depth. That's where we got all these YouTube prophets. They go on YouTube and get what others are saying. They talk from that line. I read them. I studied the book. Everything I get is from the book and my companion dictionaries, and I got about 4 of them. There's sometimes I have to break one down, the physical. I pay for one $3.95 a month, but it opens up a plethora of words for me, and I love it. I don't mind paying that $3 a month, $4 a month for that. You can't get it free. Hallelujah. You might as well love me. Bless those that have listened. We love you for all things in Yahshua's name. Hallelujah. 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 Yabra.